Hey, yo, I feel like talking my shit. I feel like talking my shit. I feel like talking my shit. I feel like.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. This is Treya,
And it's your girl Billy.
and together,
Together we're 220-somethings. On our last episode, You Got a Friend in Me, we discussed how our friendship is defined on Google and how our outlook on friendship has changed throughout the years.
and that's when I said, Billy, I think we need a whole other episode on friendships, but specifically friendship heartbreaks, because people do change after having a heartbreak, whether it's a romantic relationship, a family relationship, or in this case, a friendship.
However, before we spill the beans, we're going to start with our check-in staple, sweet and low, where sweet is something positive that has happened today or this week, and low being in your back feels.
This is always my favorite part because I love listening to people share their personal reflection. Anyways, grab a blanket, a snack, a drink, and get cozy, loves.
So, Drea, what is your sweet and low of the week?
Well, definitely my sweet would be that I went trick-or-treating with a little girl, and that was very fun. I got lots of candy for her, but my low is, as you can hear, my voice is gone. So we're gonna try our best for this episode. How about you, Billy?
Yeah, that sucks that you lost your voice. I can relate. That was me a couple of weeks ago. But my sweet and low of this week, my sweet is I feel like my week has started off to a very productive start. It's been a balance of chaos and rest, but mostly chaos. But I'm liking the way that it's going. My low is that I wish that I had one day this week where I could just do nothing, but I don't. So that is my low for this week. Hopefully next week it'll be a little bit better and I can get at least one day to do nothing all day. Um, but yeah, let's jump into our topic of today, and that is friendship heartbreaks. Um, when did you have your first friendship heartbreak?
Oof, girl. I was in fourth grade and I was a new student in a new school. I became friends with this nice girl, and whenever we're speaking on our episodes, we will never reveal actual names. So let's call this girl Amy. Amy and I were good friends, but then she started doing little things that would frustrate me, like push me in a hallway, to like knock my water bottle off the bench. And then I'm just like, Mom, this girl did this. And my mom went up to the school, and basically we stopped being friends after that. And that was my first friendship heartbreak because I felt like she was my first best friend.
Mm,
Yeah. What
yeah.
about you, Billy?
Listen, I have gotten my heart broken by a lot of friends. And I think, as we stated in our last episode, that comes from just using the word friend too loosely. So that could be why. Maybe every single one of these people that broke my heart wasn't my friend. I can't, to be very honest, I've lost so many friends and I've had my heart broken so many times with friends that I don't have like a this I can pinpoint back to fourth grade like you did, or like second grade when something like this has happened.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's happened quite a few times. And I think if I had to pick one moment, I would say that it was probably in elementary school. I think, uh, just kind of that back and forth of having friends, and then maybe one day someone saying or doing something that you don't like, or you do something that maybe rub someone else the wrong way, and then it's like the next day you come into class and no one wants to talk to you, or they give you the cold shoulder, like that type of thing. I would say is probably like the first situation that I ever had with like a friendship heartbreak, or somebody kind of like, I mean, disowning me in a way, like I said, being my friend one day and not the next. Um, but yeah, like I said, I can't pinpoint any specific turning point for me like at a young age, but I know that I've had many friendship heartbreaks.
I
So
feel like it just sucks that you can experience a heartbreak basically at any age of your life. And being a young person, literally like elementary school, what you're in a range of literally 5 to 11, and you're experiencing that pain already, it sucks.
Yeah.
But even though it sucks, sometimes I believe that it's time to let go of those type of friendships. So, Billy, like, has there been ever a time when you decided to walk away from a friendship?
Absolutely. And it's not something that I've done the most, but I have decided to walk away from friendships that no longer served me, friendships that no longer made me feel good. And I've only gotten to that place 2 times in my life, or 3 times in my life where I've done that. Maybe, maybe a couple more. But I decided to make myself the priority, and that's the reason behind why I decided to end those friendships.
Snaps. Always choose yourself, girl. And this goes for everyone. Choose yourself first, always.
Yeah. So, yeah, I made myself the priority, and I decided that for the sake of my peace and where I saw myself going, that it no longer made sense. Just like in a relationship with a partner, if you feel like you're not growing together, or, there's something that's not happening that you want to be happening, same thing goes for friends. Like, it has to be mutually beneficial. So, yeah.
So how did you come to terms with that? Like, were you the one to set and go up to X person and be like, hey, this is not working out, whatever? Or did you decide to like slowly drift apart until there was literally no communication, no contact at all anymore?
Yeah, I think in my past, when I was in my early 20s, probably a couple of them just drifted. A conversation was probably had. We probably got to the end of that conversation, and we decided that, we didn't decide anything. We just had a conversation. It didn't go any type of way. Like, it didn't go left and it didn't go right. But at the end of that conversation, it was kind of like, well, this is over. And that's kind of it. And then, you don't speak to people, you don't text them, you don't call them, you don't comment on their social media, you don't reach out. Maybe a month or two later, you unfollow each other or whatever, just little things like that. But I have had situations where I've had conversations with people, and, again, maybe we got to the end of the conversation and there wasn't a definite answer, but on my end, I felt closure, or I felt like this is what I have to do for myself, and this is what I'm going to do. And then I take that next step forward. And then sometimes there is no conversation. I like to think, though, for me personally, however I've decided to end a friendship, I don't believe in leaving any relationship in chaos.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And what that means for me is just like, I don't like to be, and even though this might sound a little bit crazy because someone might say, well, ending a friendship is like problematic. I don't like to be problematic. And I don't think ending a friendship is problematic. I think the way that you end it can be problematic.
Also, sorry to cut you off, but it could also be that the person views it as problematic because they're not going to benefit from it anymore. So they like try to switch the story perspective.
Yeah, no, that's true. But either way, like I said, when I end a friendship, I like for a person to understand where we stand. And what I mean by that is, like, I don't like to leave kind of this ambiguous space for people to wander down. I think that it's either clear, like, we're either gonna be friends, we're not gonna be friends, and there's gonna be no love lost, or we're not gonna be friends and we're not gonna be a part of each other's life in any way. So that means, like, I'm not going to follow you on social media, like, and then there are some people you come to ends with, and you can still be cordial and follow somebody on social media, and it's not a problem, and it's not like somebody being nasty or catty. So I do have people that I'm no longer friends with that do follow me on social media, and I do have friends that I'm not friends with and I don't follow them on social media anymore. So it really just depends.
You are so strong, and I'm always going to tell you this because even if I end the friendship on good terms, like, I don't want that person on social media. I feel like once you're out, you're out. Like there shouldn't be no reason why you know what's going on in my life, or I should know what's going on in your life. But to answer the question I asked you, I feel like I've never had a really proper conversation to end a friendship. I've kind of just drifted away because I get turned off. And then like I will definitely mention like how I feel and have mini conversations, but if I see like you're not being receptive or anything, I just feel like it's dead. You can't feed the dead horse. You can't, no, it's just done. And it sucks because when you're in a friendship, you just feel like you can do anything. Like it's like a friendship is just like a relationship. You're a power duo, and it sucks when it doesn't work out.
Yeah, no, it does. But I think all good things must come to an end. And every relationship has its season. It has its reason. And some things are just a learning lesson. And so even with people who have cut me off and people who I've cut off, or like I said, ended a relationship, a friendship with them, you know, it's like I said, for most of them, there are no hard feelings and there is no love lost because we once were friends. And, you know, I like to think that anybody who I'm not friends with anymore that I was friends with in my past life, I'm always wishing them well. And that's not like directly, like I'm not going up to you and saying, "Oh, I wish you well." And sometimes it's not indirectly, but in passing, I think I'll have a memory and I'll remember, and I'm like, "Oh, I hope that person's doing well."
Mm-hmm.
That takes a lot of healing and growth to get to that point.
Yep.
But the thing is if you ended a relationship with someone or if somebody ended a relationship with you, sometimes it's not personal. That's the other thing. Sometimes it's not personal. You can take it personal, but sometimes it's not. And the one last thing that I will say is that if you ended the relationship because you felt like it was toxic or chaotic or no longer aligned with your values and your morals or where you were going in life, then I think that you shouldn't be bitter about making a good decision for yourself, even though there may be some bitterness in the decision because no one wants to leave a good friend or end a friendship of 10 years or a friendship of 15 years or a friendship of 3 years, whatever. Like no one wants to have to do that, but
no one wants to grieve someone who's still alive.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't think people want to grieve at all. I don't think grieving is a thing that people want to do at all. But I think if you get to a point where you make a decision that this is what I need to do, or on the other hand, if a person makes a decision that says I no longer want you to be my friend, I look at it as I want a person to do what's best for them and I'm going to do what's best for me. So I don't take it personal in the fact that if I'm not good for you, then I want you to cut ties with me. I want you to leave. Because as my friend, and my friend brain is always thinking, I want the best for my friend. And if I'm not the best for you, then I'm okay with that. And that's truly how I feel.
How long would you say that it took you to come to this mindset?
I want to say I was probably like I was in my mid. No, wasn't in my mid because I'm in my mid now, but I was probably like in my early 20s. I kind of felt that way when I was like in high school too. And I think it just comes with the realization of where you are. Like you can be sad, you can be hurt. I think the point to get to that point of saying, as a friend, I want my friends to have the best of everything. They deserve everything that's good in this world. I have to still have that. I have to still have that perception when you're not my friend because what has changed, right? If you were not my friend in the beginning, then that's the only way that I would have any negative things or ill intent towards you. That is growth though, and that is maturity because a lot of people don't have that. People get mad at someone, they get angry, and it's like,
yes, they freaking
you know, forget about you, like I don't care. And I'm not saying that is abnormal. That is not abnormal. That is a normal grieving process. That is a normal feeling. That is a normal emotion. However, you can't stay in that because it becomes bitterness. And so once you get to the point where you're over oh, and she did this and she did that and da 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 whatever, but that was your friend. So I can't sit here and call you my friend and now because we're not friends have so many negative things to say about you and not wish you well.
Yeah.
Even though I'm hurting because hurt people hurt people. So like I said, for me, it becomes about, what is the word? I'm not making it personal. And by me not making it personal, I'm able to say I wish this person well, no matter if I feel like they spited me in the process, because it wasn't personal. It was about them. It
Yeah.
wasn't about me. Now, if someone is nasty to you when they end a friendship, that's something different too. And that is still personal. That is personal to them. It's not about you.
People's actions do not determine your worth or who you are as a person, your character. Point, period. So, Billy, like, um, after so many heartbreaks that we've experienced, what are some things that you've done to move forward? Like, have you focused more on yourself and doing what stuff?
In the past, I used to believe in burning anything that a person gave you, to cut to break the energy that was surrounding you. So in the past, I would take things that were given to me from people, whether friends, past relationships, and I would burn it. That was like my way of gaining closure and bringing peace and removing bonds and people's energy to the things that they've given me. Now, in this age of my life, because that was when I was younger, now I journal about it, maybe not. I
Mm-hmm.
talk to my friends about it, maybe not. It depends, but most of the time I'm gonna talk to my friends. Drea has heard about it.
People got a vent. I'm here to listen.
Yeah. And then my therapist is gonna hear about it.
Definitely homegirl.
And then I'm gonna take deep breaths. I'm probably gonna, I'm not gonna move on from it the next day, but it'll linger. It'll linger. It's new, it's fresh. It's like a wound, a scar, you scrape yourself, it's bleeding, it's bloody, it's pink, and over time it heals.
Yep.
And as the time goes on, it'll get further in the back of my mind. And, I'll continue pushing forward and living my life, because that's kind of the only thing that you can do. Heartbreaks are inevitable. They're going to happen. You're going to get your heart broken from a lot of different people, places, spaces. And, you don't have to be you don't have to be a superhuman, because you're not. But at the same time,
Superhuman.
But at the same time, you do have to remember to love on yourself, and self-care and self-love at that point where you have a heartbreak is super important. Like, I mean, it's self-love and self-care is always 100%. It should be top tier no matter what type of relationship you're in. But when you are hurt, when you are broken, when you feel defeated, self-love, self-care is like above everything else.
Yeah, I agree. But it also takes a long time to get to that point, because I remember experiencing my first few friendship heartbreaks. I would just literally self-sabotage, whether it's just like sleeping more or isolating myself from others, because I thought like I simply didn't deserve to have a friend, because I was thinking millions of negative things about myself. And then as I experienced more friendship heartbreaks growing up and until now, my thought process has changed. I have been choosing myself more. And just like you, I may journal, I may not journal. I will definitely vent, of course, because I love chatting about my whole entire life. And yeah, like I will definitely write things and tear it apart and throw it out, because that's how you just release energy cortice, like you mentioned earlier. And it does make you feel better after doing. Oh, really? So, what is like other encouraging advice you would give to someone if someone is currently experiencing a friendship heartbreak? Like, how does one get over that letting go feeling?
Oh, what do I do? Well, I kickbox. I think I've mentioned this in a couple of episodes. So hitting a bag always makes me feel better, because I can visualize it being maybe the person that I want to hit, or the problem. Everything is not a person. Sometimes it's a problem that you're trying to solve. I love to listen to my little inspirational trap music, the ones that make you feel like you a bad bitch and nobody else matters.
Because you are every
Because
day.
you are, and because they don't. No. um, what else? Binge watching TV. Like if you are in one of those moods where you're just like Drea said, self-sabotage, don't really, I mean, binge watch a show, watch something. Just don't think about anything. Just look at this TV, scroll on your phone.
Yeah. That's also self-care. It doesn't always have to be journaling, meditating on all that stuff. It could be, like you said, binge watching a show, eating your favorite foods, listening to music. There's
Another one that's my favorite too, that I just do on a regular day. This is not even because of anything, but I always look in my mirror and I talk to myself like Issa Rae do in Insecure, and for anybody who's familiar. But you big yourself up. You look in a mirror, you like, I say I'm that girl, because you are that girl, that guy, that man, that lady, whoever you are that. And that is the essence of who you are. And
period. You
sometimes
are that alien.
sometimes I like to twerk in my mirror, you know what I'm saying? I'll send Drea twerking videos of me like, randomly. Like, it's just like,
I can't.
Prosper with the friendships and the relationships that you do have. Also, don't spend so much time dwelling on the loss of a friendship that you forget to maintain your other relationships and other friendships as well. I think that's super, super, super important. Pour back into yourself with the people around you who love you and are supporting and encouraging you.
Because they're still there at the end of the day. You will always have a support system, whether it's physically or spiritually. There's always someone there having your back.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you feel is, for you, Drea, something that you've learned over time, and that you said you kind of had those self-sabotaging ways that you kind of just sulk and be depressed? Like, what do you feel like is your top one thing to do now? Like, if you have a friendship heartbreak, or maybe you and a friend are in a rocky place, what do you feel like is your go-to now?
Definitely. I've been having this whole crazy obsession with spreadsheets. So I have this one spreadsheet that it's labeled mind, body, and spirit. And there's a tab where I have journal entries. And I write the specific day, how I'm feeling, what's around me. And honestly, I feel like that's the best thing I've ever done so far in my life, because I realized that I can express myself more through words, written words. I'm just the author there. I get so into writing, and after, I just don't read it and I forget about it. That's it. Whatever's written there is period. Yeah. Life continues. That's it.
I like that. And so you leave it there.
I just leave it there.
Okay.
And by the way, that spreadsheet is also shared with my therapist. So she'll go on and like read it, and then whenever we meet, she'll bring it up. And I just feel like she just helps me continue and finish deciphering whatever thought I have.
I like that.
Yeah. What about you?
What is my top one thing? I would really have to say, for me, it's the music. I think for a while, music had really lost me and I wasn't really feeling it. But currently on my I'm a Bad Bitch, Nobody Else Matters is Tomorrow Too by Glorilla featuring Cardi B. Like, that's just like the song that has me like inspired, motivated, like popping my shit, whatever. And then another song that has really had me just feeling like you don't gotta worry about nothing else, whatever. Better Things by Sierra featuring Summer Walker. Like, those are like my motivational, uplifting, you got this, bitch, you doing a good job type of songs on my playlist. So if you are feeling like somebody done tried you, said something to you that you don't like, try to stop being your friend, you gotta cut them off, bump those two tunes, because they keep me going, okay?
If you also realize, like, after each heartbreak, no matter what it is, you really transform.
Yeah, definitely transformation, definitely healing, definitely growing,
Mm-hmm.
definitely thriving. You know what I'm saying? Say positive words, speak life into yourself. Don't wish people who are in your past, wish them well. There's no need to be bitter. Um, and good things will come back to you. And that's the way that I see it. And I'm wishing them well because I do want them to be well, not because of karma. I wish them well.
Yeah, I've come to that point too. Sometimes I just speak like, damn, why you gotta be such a but I can't even say that because like I still have so much love for you and I wish you the best and I'm hoping you're doing the best that you can and that you're thriving as well. And at the end of the day, I'm grateful for meeting and crossing paths. You heard my voice crack. Ay, Dios. Oh, oh, Billy.
Well, do you have anything else that you'd like to add? I think that this has just been a very like informational packed
Yeah.
podcast. And it's just the essence of friendships are just another relationship that, you know, definitely have heartbreaks. People don't realize that. And friendship heartbreaks, I think, hurt more than like relationship heartbreaks because it's like, I don't know, it's different in a way. Like, I don't know.
Because it's like a friendship heartbreak. I feel like when it comes to friends, it's like I see you for my whole life. And when it comes to like a romantic relationship, it seems like you just don't know when you're gonna break up. It could be forever, it may not be forever, but when you view a friendship, it's like you're stuck with me till death do us apart. And when it doesn't happen, it hurts. Because it's like, wow, there is a more deeper intimacy there.
Yeah, absolutely. And my friends are very important to me. So I think it just always hurts. Even no matter I don't think you ever get used to it. I think, there's always gonna be a sting to a breakup or a rejection or just ending something that was once like everything to you. Um, but yeah.
But a few episodes back, I remember you saying, actually, it was the last episode, you said, you have to be good to yourself to be a good friend. And then to be a good friend, to be a good partner, would you continue being friends with someone you were in a relationship with?
Mm, yeah, because some things don't work out. Sometimes you can't be in an intimate relationship with someone. Sometimes you're better off being friends.
Mhm.
Sometimes people don't start off as friends in an intimate relationship. And then they are in an intimate relationship, and the intimacy might keep them from actually living in their true potential of friends. But I wouldn't at that point, I wouldn't say that I wouldn't develop like a very like deep relationship with someone that I was intimate with as a friend. And I just don't like that because I feel like it can become messy, it can cross ties, it could cross lines. And I think it's just being respectful for the person's new partner that they have. Because I don't know, and this is getting into like a different topic, but I don't know if it would be if I would be comfortable or if that friend's partner would be comfortable knowing that you're calling this person your friend, but you were intimate. So I just don't know how close that person, like at what distance would I keep that person as my friend?
Basically, an acquaintance.
Yeah, and that's fine. So I mean, we can have a friendship, but I think, like I said, it would become more complicated if we didn't know how to just only be friends. And then also, I just like to be very transparent.
Mhm.
I wouldn't be comfortable having a partner and having a friend, especially if he was going to be around my partner and my partner not know that I was intimate with this person in the past. So
Oh,
I feel like
that's
I
like
would
so
have to,
messy.
yeah. So I mean, I would tell my partner, I would be like, this guy is my friend, but we've also slept together or we've been intimate with each other in the past because I wouldn't feel comfortable having somebody around my partner and them not knowing that.
Yeah. And most of the time, partners, like, they don't really, they're really not a fan of that.
Right.
Which
Exactly.
is understandable.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, guys, don't feel shy and send us a DM or submit a comment on our NGL link of your first heartbreak and see how you guys have healed and grown from that experience.
We want to hear all about it.
Of course. So thank you guys for joining us again today. My voice is leaving my body for good. So Miss Billy, do you want to conclude?
Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our other socials on Instagram, TikTok, and you know where to find us. Till next time, 220-somethingss sounding off.
Bye.